It's quite therapeutic talking to yourself. Hey guys! Hi! Hello! Bonjour! 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 Hey! What's good? Hey guys! Why is this so awkward? Hey guys! I'm so excited to be kicking off our YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Taylor and I'm one of the co-founders of the makeup brand Nudestix. I'm gonna start by introducing the brand and tell you a little bit about who we are. So Nudestix was co-created by myself, my mom, and my sister. My mom, she's a chemical engineer and she's been developing cosmetics for like over 20 years. So pretty much my entire lifetime, almost my entire lifetime. And she comes from the beauty world where it's all about more. She comes from MAC Cosmetics, she developed many of their formulas, and then she co-created another beauty brand called Cover FX when my sister and I were literally both in diapers. So way back when, long time ago. And she did that for about 12 or so years until in 2012, she decided to take this Eat, Pray, Love moment. And this was really her opportunity to connect with my sister and I, be a full-time mom. And yeah, so how do you connect with your two millennial teenage daughters? You literally need to connect with them. So she went on all of her social platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and she would follow us and she would follow, you know, who we followed. And she realized that a lot of the people that we were following weren't necessarily so beauty focused. We followed lifestyle bloggers, we followed lifestyle retailers, we followed people that we were inspired by. Maybe other female entrepreneurs or other babe bosses who were kind of just killing it and doing their own thing, and we're really speaking to being individual and being, you know, unique as people and not necessarily fitting in to that typical beauty mold. And that was interesting to her because, you know, we grew up in beauty and we grew up with like, you know, brands that she worked with that talked about full coverage and talked about more color. And then she would ask us like, oh, like what beauty products are you using and why do you keep going into my makeup bag? And we would literally say, well, there's nothing out there for us. There's no beauty brand out there for us that's relatable, that's authentic. And she was like, wait a second, like you're not wrong. If you think about that woman, and she can be 18, 35, 65, a girl or a boy, she's walking the sidewalks, she's getting herself to work, she's getting her kids off to school. The majority of women out there who are living their lives are not necessarily wearing purple eyeshadow and blue lipstick. And a lot of them only have 5 minutes to do their makeup in the morning, and most of them are doing it on the go, whether it be in an Uber, on a train, on the subway, at an airport. And for them, they want products that fit into their lifestyle that are easy, fast, and effortless. And like, we would literally stand on the sidewalks of, you know, Toronto, we're from Toronto, New York, LA, Singapore, Sydney, and we'd say, wait a second, there are all these women, like they're busy, they're on the go. We need to create a product and a brand that speaks to this girl. So this was over like 2 years of my mom just kind of processing these little things my sister and I would say and we would do, and things we wanted from beauty and we wanted beauty brands to speak about. A lot of beauty brands spoke about perfection and flawless, and you would see campaign images on these perfect models with perfect Photoshop, and we'd be like, okay, well, as beautiful as that is, that's not relatable to us, and we would never friend or follow her on Instagram. So we wanted to really create this lifestyle of beauty where you don't have to be a makeup artist and you don't have to wear, you know, spend an hour and a half on your makeup every morning. If you do want to do that, that's totally cool. And maybe for an event or for an evening, like you're going to do that, but we wanted to make it easy, fast, effortless, and fun. So that was kind of where the concept of Nudestix comes from. Those were really the inspirations behind the brand. So in 2014, we launched Nudestix. Nude means everything is a shade of neutral in our line. So from eyes, cheeks, lips, highlighters, brow, everything we own in our line is shades of neutrals for all skin tones. And it's also about going nude but better. And I feel like this is really important, especially right now. We really want to encourage and empower women to feel the most confident by just looking like the best version of themselves. And I truly believe that. Like, I believe that I feel the most confident when I look like myself but better. When I look like when I don't look like me, or even when I've done events where I'll have someone do my makeup and yeah, it's beautiful and yes, like the artistry is perfect, but I don't look like me. And then I'm like, wait a second, like I don't feel good about myself. So that was really important to us. And then sticks, everything in our line is either in a stick or in a pencil form. And the reason being is because we wanted to make everything really easy, fast, effortless. You literally draw and smudge, you can't go wrong. Like, done, and you're good. So it's really portable. Everything comes in a really cute tin, just like this. So this is your new Urban makeup bag to go. There's a mirror inside, so you can always do your makeup on the go. And I was actually inspired by Altoids, you know, like the Altoids tins. I love those, and I loved how I can reuse them, and I love how they had like a little bit of a vintage feel. So that was kind of where the tin idea came from. And then my sister Allie, she was 14 at the time, and she was like, well, why can't we create a system where you reuse and you recycle your packaging so there's nothing to throw away? And that's kind of what we did. So that's our tins. So yeah, that is really the inspiration behind Nudestix. And I really wanted to start a YouTube channel to take you through my favorite makeup looks, vlogs, challenges, things that I just think are interesting, my travel diaries, because I've actually been getting a lot of requests from followers from Nudestix and my personal account to start a YouTube channel. So here I am. And I actually have a bunch of questions from you guys about how we started the brand, who I am. So I screenshotted a bunch from Instagram. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer all of your questions. How do you do the no makeup look in under 10 minutes, which you will see in this video? The hardest part of starting Nudestix, I would probably say the hardest part was actually starting. I think that starting a business is definitely an investment, not just from like a financial perspective, but also personally. You're investing so much time, you're investing so much of your energy, and you have to sacrifice a lot. But at the end of the day, we were so passionate about this project, we were so passionate about this concept of Nudestix that we couldn't picture ourselves doing anything else. And I think that's when you know you have a truly amazing idea, when it doesn't matter how much time or energy, like it's worth it because you're so behind this brand. Can people with problem skin use Nudestix? And the answer is 100% yes. All of our products are preservative-free, paraben-free, cruelty-free, vegan, fragrance-free, dermatology tested for the most sensitive skin types. Like, we really try to create products with natural ingredients. Like, if you have eczema, if you have rosacea, if you have acne-prone skin, you don't have to worry at all. Another question is, how do I manage my time? And this is actually, I'm still learning how to manage my time. I think you learn as you go, but what I do is I have a monthly calendar, and typically I know a few months out when my travel schedule is. So I'll put in all my travel dates, and then this way it kind of reduces my stress because I can see, okay, like this is when I'm gonna be away, this is when I'm gonna be in the office in Toronto, this is when I'm gonna be home, this is when I can see friends, this is when I can, you know, do laundry, this is when I can do mundane human things like going grocery shopping. Like, I have a schedule, and I think that helps me manage my time. Also from like a day-to-day, I always write down like in my notes what I have to do for the day, and this way like once something is done, then I can check it off or delete it, and it like makes me feel really, really good because it feels like I got something off my plate. How do you decide what products to create? So a lot of the times we are inspired by the everyday woman. Like when we first launched Nudestix, our first 4 products were inspired by what do we use every day. We use concealer, we use lip, we use mascara, and we use eyeshadow. So most of the time we're inspired by like what we truly wear on a day-to-day basis. And other products, like for example our new tinted blur stick, we always wanted to launch a complexion product, so that was kind of what that was inspired by. And we're also inspired by our Nudestix girl, our followers. Like, what does she want? And we always ask her questions, and we always see what she's, you know, engaged in and what resonates with her. So that's kind of where we get that inspiration. We also get inspirations by the runways, we get inspiration by social media, really just everything. We get inspired by different cultures, different trends in different countries. Like when we travel, I always get inspired when I go to Asia. I find that the beauty there, like the trends there are so beautiful and so effortless and minimal. I always get inspired when I go there. So yeah, it's a bunch of things, but we definitely collaborate, like myself, my mom, my sister. We always collaborate on like what products to launch and what we think will resonate the best. What's your biggest makeup peeve? That's a really good question. My biggest peeve would probably be, I don't know, without like without offending anybody, and like this is not like, I mean, if you do your makeup like this, totally cool. But I hate when like I see like a ring around the neckline. Like I hate when I see like if you love your bronzer and you kind of just like bronze all over, but then like you're super white here down. Maybe also like really streaky or like chalky highlighter. When did you start wearing makeup, and what was the first product? I probably started wearing makeup when I was about like 14, 15, and the first product that I started wearing was eyeliner without concealer, without anything, and I like just took like this really, I remember the brand, it was Liz Watier, and I think they're a Canadian brand, I don't think they're available anymore, but she had like these like really thin pencil eyeliners, and I would just buy like a green one and a black one, but I used to wear the green one a lot because I thought that it actually made my eyes look greener. Don't know if it actually did that. And I would like go ham with it only in my waterline and right underneath, so my eyes got like super bulgy because I never wore any concealer, and it was just a mess. It was a mess. What was it like starting nude sticks at such a young age? Did you naturally fall into the role you're now? Starting nude sticks at such a young age was definitely really difficult because I felt that in order to be taken seriously, I had to almost act in a way a little bit older than I was, but at the same time still, I don't know, like still be myself. It was weird. I felt like, thankfully I had my mom, and my mom obviously has like a really amazing history of in the beauty industry, but I definitely think I always got comments like, oh my god, you're so young, oh my god, like, well, how are you doing this, you're so young, or and I always get questions like, how did people take you seriously? And I think I just kind of took myself seriously. I think when you take yourself seriously and you're confident in your voice and you're confident with what you have to say, people will take you seriously because like, oh, wait a second, like this girl kind of knows what she's talking about. And I think for more than anything, like I just kind of proved it in a way. Like I just did my job, and I did what I was passionate about, and I didn't really think about what other people were saying. So yeah, I think just taking myself seriously. Yeah. To say. What is your go-to makeup look? This. So to kick off my everyday makeup look, I'm going to start with the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This is probably my holy grail product because it tones my skin and it just refreshes my complexion. So I just kind of go in with a few sprays. And next, to hydrate and moisturize and prep my skin before makeup, I'm going to use the Biossance Squalene and Omega Repair Cream. I really love this because I do like to take a tiny bit of the cream and apply a little bit underneath my eyes as well, because that's where I tend to get really dry, and on top of my lids. And next, for makeup, I'm starting with complexion. So I'm going in with our Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. This is my go-to product for everyday makeup. For those of you who are on the go, who are getting yourself to work, to school, and just don't really love foundation. I don't know about you, but I don't love the feeling or the look of full coverage foundation. So I love the Tinted Blur Stick because it just provides you with just enough coverage. It evens your skin tone, it blurs the appearance of pores and texture, and it just looks like skin. So I'm going in with my shade, which is medium 4, and I'm just going to apply it all over my face. I'm pretty heavy-handed with this product, because I do like a good amount of coverage, and this does provide you with really amazing coverage. But what I love about it is that I haven't even blended it yet, but as you can see, it still lets my freckles shine through, and my freckles don't look ashy. So I'm gonna do half a face for you to show you the difference, and then I'm going in with our Nudestix Fluff and Buff brush. So on one side you have a smaller brush, which is great for like under eyes, eyelids as well if you're doing eyeshadow, and the larger brush, which is perfect for foundation and any complexion product, blush as well, and contour. So I'm just gonna go in and blend this out. Love how natural it looks on the skin. So as you can see, this side versus this side, my redness on my chin disappeared, around my nose, the darkness under my eyes, and I have a little bit of discoloration on my lids as well. So everything just looks really, really even, but if you look at this side by itself, you wouldn't necessarily say, oh my god, what foundation is she using? It's more like, oh my god, her skin just looks really radiant and even. She just looks like she has really good skin. And that's what I love about this product. I'm gonna go in and do the other side. So next I'm going to go in and contour with our Tinted Blur Stick. I'm going to be using the shade Medium 7. And I love our Tinted Blur to contour because I'm not a fan of really heavy or streaky contour. So I love this because it just melts into your skin so beautifully, and it looks like the natural, it just looks like your natural hollow of the cheek and your natural jawline, but better, but chiseled. So I'm going to go in, and what I love about a stick is like you can even place it in the hollow of your cheek to really feel that out, and then draw your line. If you want, you could even like kind of like swipe upward like that, so it gives you more of a draping bronzy effect. And I'm barely touching, it just blends in so beautifully. Just to do a little comparison on both sides. So as you can see, this side is a little bit more sculpted, a little bit more bronzy, versus this side, which you don't have that same type of sculpted effect. And then I'm going to do my brows. So my absolute holy grail product, and I say that about all of my products, but like honestly, I actually don't leave my house without doing my brows. I don't know what it is, but I do have fairly coarse brows, but ever since I started doing my brows, I feel like my look is unfinished without at least doing something to them. So I'm going in with our eyebrow stylus and gel, which I love, because on one side you have a triangular pencil tip, and on the other, a spoolie with a waterproof setting gel, which is key. If you have porous brow hairs like myself, you don't have to worry about your brow hairs kind of like flying away throughout the day. And what I love about the triangular pencil tip is that you can line the base of your brow, you can use the flat edge to go back and forth, and then you can also use the precise tip to create fine hair-like strokes. So I'm gonna go in and start defining my brow. I'm going in short upward motions to give more like a natural look. And then once I get to the top of my brow, I'm going to use the flat edge to line. And then once I get to the arch, I'm twisting it again. And then using the spoolie on the other side, I actually like to take some of the gel off, brush upwards. So as you can see, my brow just looks a little bit more polished, a little bit more defined, rather than this one still kind of like doing its own thing. So yeah, so I'm gonna go in on the other side. Oh, by the way, I'm using the shade Dirty Blonde, but I can probably get away with using our other shades as well, like ash brown or even brown. But I just find I like the warmth of this shade, especially since I do have some highlights in my hair. And I do love like when my complexion looks really warm, so rather than going with something a little bit ashier, which would be kind of like my natural brow hair, I like to add a little bit more warmth to my brow. And then again, going in with the gel. Okay, I think that's good. Honestly, I can try and make my brows look like twins all day, but sometimes you just gotta accept that they're sisters, not twins. So I'm going to go in with our Nudies Matte in the shade Naughty and Spice, which is a beautiful kind of dusty rose mauvey tone. And I love this because it's your all over face stick. So it's for your eyes, your cheeks, and your lips. So I'm gonna lightly apply it to my cheeks, a little bit on my eyes. I like to call this your lazy girl product because for those of you who are like me and rather hit snooze about 10 times in the morning, this blends in so nicely, and the formula is a beautiful cream to powder, so it applies like a cream, and then once you blend it out, it blends out to set like a powder and act like a stain on the skin. I love to like brush out the edges, but then I actually like to finish off the look by going in with my fingers, because I find with my fingers it almost just melts the product into the skin so beautifully, so it gives it more of a skin-like finish. I also take a little bit of the blush with my brush. So I go in like this, a little bit on the brush, and I like to swipe a little bit on my forehead because I love when everything kind of just blends together so beautifully. And if I do want to make it a little bit more pigmented, then I'll again go in with the brush on the stick, swipe it on my cheeks, pretty much everywhere. This warms up my complexion a lot. And then I'm going to go in with some glow. So I'm going in with our Nudies Glow in the shade Hey Honey, which is a beautiful golden highlight. I actually like to smile when I apply this so that it places the product on the high points of my cheek, and this way when I smile you can really see the effect of the glow. And then using my fingers, I'm going to lightly tap it into my skin because I find that it gives more of a wet finish. Like, I'm obsessed with anything glowy, and any glow that just gives you a really radiant wet finish on the skin, like, oof. Like, even if you look at this side versus this side, no glow versus glow, it just adds, like, your skin just looks luminous and fresh and hydrated, and I love when my skin just looks really, really fresh. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the glow and take some with my fingers and apply it to the high points of my face, like my brow. I like to take a little bit on my eyelids as well, a little bit on my chin, above my lip, temples. And then I'm going to take a little bit of our Magnetic Luminous Eye Color in the shade Nudity and just lightly swipe it in the center of my lid to add a little bit more luminosity. It just looks really fresh and natural, almost like you have a glossy lid going on. And then for my lips, I'm taking our Magnetic Matte Lip Color in the shade Rose, which is a beautiful dusty rose tone. And I love this because it's waterproof, smudge-proof, kiss-proof, eat-proof. So it's a really great lip liner. If you do want to perfect your lip, then you can go back with our Tinted Blur Stick and swipe it right underneath, and then go in with the brush. And then I'm going to go in with our Gel Color Balm in the shade Pulse and use it in the center to add some dimension. And then I like to take some of that from my finger and apply a little bit to my cheeks. And finally, I'm going to use our Nudestix mascara, which is a lash lengthening mascara. So I like to call it like half treatment, half mascara, because it does have peptides to grow, thicken, and lengthen your lash. I only applied a few coats, but as you can see the difference, like how it just naturally lengthens your lashes. It doesn't look clumpy, it never flakes throughout the day. It's not waterproof, but we actually did it that way so that it worked as a treatment. It conditions your lashes as well. Alright, so this is my final no makeup look. So this is the look that I really just wear every day. It doesn't matter if I'm going into the office, if I'm going out for lunch with friends, if I'm going to an event. I kind of stick to very similar makeup looks. And moving forward, I'm probably gonna experiment with a lot of different looks with different products, both nude sticks and non-nude sticks. So I'd love to get your feedback on any other looks you guys would like to see. But I really wanted to kick off YouTube, like our YouTube videos, with something that is super comfortable to me, and also to give you a little like how-to on how I do makeup every day. So this is it. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys loved it. Alright, so that's it for my first video on YouTube. I'm so excited to keep filming for you guys. If you have any suggestions or requests for any videos moving forward, definitely comment down below and give this video a big thumbs up, because I think that's what people do. Or thumbs down, hopefully thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you guys can see our weekly videos. So yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. That's a wrap. First video. Hey, Allie, yeah, no, okay, yeah, I'm just filming a video right now. Yeah, it's my first YouTube video. Pretty awesome. It's pretty weird, but it's cool.